Welcome back to part two of tax lien or tax sale investing in the state of Georgia. I am Dr. Bell, and today we'll go over how to research the properties on the sheriff's tax sale list. Hopefully you've watched part one, which talks about how to locate and download the list for the tax sale. Again, I'm only focused on the state of Georgia, Fulton County, Georgia, and I'm only look for properties in Metro Atlanta because you'll see properties in Roswell, South Fulton, so all across Fulton County. And if you're not familiar with Fulton County, Georgia, basically that's where the city of Atlanta is. So here's the tax sale list for February 2024. I do not believe that we will have the tax sale on Tuesday, February the 6th, because the county is under a cyber attack and a lot of the systems are not functioning. The phones are down, and that's been going on for at least a week. And the sale is in 3 days. So, but I'm still going to go by. So if you're there, if you see me, definitely speak. I'd love to meet you. So let's get to it. So I have several windows open. I have a spreadsheet or a sheet that's in Google. If you want access to this, just let me know. Post in the comment section. I'll give you access to the sheet. In the past, the sheriff's deputies or the sheriff's office would give us an Excel version of this list, which made my life so much easier, but now it's a PDF. So if you have a software that will convert this table to Excel, go for it. I don't have that. So I have to manually transfer this information into a spreadsheet. And I like Google Sheets because I don't have to print the paper with all of my research. I can look it up on my phone, but whatever works for you. In the past, I've bought my own clipboard with the pages on the clipboard. Now, if you get to the auction early enough, the sheriff's deputy will give you a printout of basically the same information with the opening bid. But if you're finding the opening bid the day of the auction, I think that's a little too late. That's a little too late. And then again, the sheriff runs out of copies. So keep that in mind. So let's get started. The links to the Fulton County Board of Assessors is posted below this video, as well as the link to the publication where the opening bids, or I should say, the tax liens are posted. That's also at the bottom of this video. Look for it. So let's get started. So what I do is I just copy paste. That's the easiest way for me since the sheriff isn't giving me an Excel spreadsheet anymore. So we need all of I need all of this information in the spreadsheet. That way I can easily assess it and not have to continue to pull up this PDF. Now, we'll say this, situs just means address. But if you have an actual address, that's so much easier than having to look it up by just the parcel. Ask me how I know. Okay, so let's look up the opening bid. So what we'll need is this information here. The sheriff's sales number is 50299. You don't need the month and year, just the number 50299. So again, the link to this website is posted below this video. Your category is non-judicial sale, so just start typing non, and you can choose non-judicial sale. And again, that number was 50299, and then search. So the last time this property was at the auction, looks like August of 2022. The most important information on this page is the amount. So this shows the tax liens for years 2015 through 2020. So 2021, 22, 23. So this is going to be a little bit higher than this, just so you know. But again, if you get to the auction early enough, you will get the most current list. And also, when the sheriff's deputy calls out this property, they will give you the current amount due for taxes. If you want to see other information on here, you can verify the parcel ID. It tells you who the current owner is or record holder is, a description of the property itself. But I just look at the dollar amount because all of this information is already on. I'll show you where. It's going to be on the, here's the parcel ID. So it's on the tax sale list. Here's the situs. So again, the opening bid. I just copied and pasted that from here. If you want the pennies, then you can focus on the pennies. If not, just the dollars. Completely up to you. Now let's work on the tax value, or the value that's on the tax assessor's website. If it has an address, that's easy. So I'm just going to copy and paste. And again, this link is posted below this video. So 525 Ventura Lane. Here's a picture. And I've already looked at this one previously before I did this video. So I already know that it is vacant land. There was a house here because the tax assessor said there was a house here. So if you look, it's R3. I'm a real estate developer, so that's something I need to know. I need to know that if I buy a lot, what I can build on that lot. But that's another video for another day. So it's a residential lot. It's 0.12 acres. Tells you the owner's address, how many square feet. So that 0.12 acres is about 5,000 square feet. So the house was probably about 3,000 square feet, somewhere in there. But if you come down, it tells you it was a frame house built in 2005, had a full basement, 2 bathrooms, 2 full bathrooms, 3 bedrooms, central air and heat, gas. You can also see, does it tell you? Normally it would tell you how much the house sold for originally back in 2006. So here's the information we need, the value. Now this value is not correct because again, there is no house there anymore. That land is not worth that amount. I guarantee you that. I haven't done all my formatting. Let me do that real quick. And I'll make it pretty later. And actually, let me insert a column because I like to see the difference. And again, if you want a copy of this spreadsheet, I'm willing to share it. So I like to see the value minus the opening bid. But again, for this property, that is not a good number to use to evaluate because the house is no longer there. There is no house there. So you're basically buying the land. And again, this is not tax, investing, or legal advice. Let's see, what else does the county tell us? So again, it gives you a picture and it shows an empty lot. It shows the original house or the original structure. So you can click that if you want to see that. You can look at sales by neighborhood to know that if you do decide to build a house, what kind of price range or sales price you would get. You can also see the tax bills and so forth. And also sales by neighborhood, if there are vacant lots in that neighborhood besides this one, then you'll have information on sales on those as well. So how do I know that that's an empty lot? For one, the picture, but two, if you click on view map, let's see what happens. View map. So the tax assessor is saying that this is the parcel in the red outline. So it's on a cul-de-sac. Here's the parcel. So again, you're paying for vacant land. But on my side as a developer, since there was a house there, I know that utilities are already there. I don't have to run sewer, electric, so forth, gas. It's already there. The lot is already leveled. But still, drive by. If this is something you're interested in, then drive by the property, do a visual. And you can also go into Google Maps, put in the address, and you can actually walk this street and look around at all the other properties and look at this lap, depending on the last date of the update for that Google map. So that's the first one. Let's do a couple more. The next one is this one. So I'm just copying and pasting the information. Now, when it doesn't have an address, or when you see the 0, that's definitely going to be vacant land that has never had anything built on it. It's a little more complicated to look up these 0 addresses. If you go to search, real property search, 0 addresses are difficult. So you would have to look it up by the parcel ID, which is less difficult because of the formatting. Sometimes it gets a little weird. So I know to take the dashes out. And this last dash, make it a space. It did not work. Let's see. We got to figure this one out. Maybe take out all. Okay. Sometimes it works. Sometimes it does not. So we're going to have to look this up by address. So East Stubbs Road. Actually, let's just copy this. So location, take out the 0. Search all East Stubbs Road. And so I sort by parcel ID. That way I can scan for 0974. 0974. And notice there is no address. So it's probably this one. Let's see. Then look for the full parcel, 164097, 164097. So that is this property. So with this one, as a developer, I'm looking, it's R5. It's a residential large tract. It's zone agricultural. AG is agricultural. That may or may not be so. I think the determination is the first one, the R5. But this is good to know. It's 17 acres. So that's something I put in my notes. 17 acres. And actually going back to the previous property, I would say that land, house is torn down. So 17 acres for that one. Again, you get the owner's information. That's 740. It's a big tract. 17 acres is a lot. It's undeveloped. As I said, when you see a 0 address, it's going to be undeveloped. It shows you the last sale. So the value on the county's website is 481,400. So we need that information. 481,400. So I'm skipping the zoning. This is just something I use as a developer. I'll need to go and get the opening bid. But let's continue on this one. Okay. Is there a map? There is. So it's some kind of undeveloped land, but the county website doesn't show which tract of land. So what I do there, and it's probably not going to work because I think this pulls from one of the systems that is part of the cyber attack, but I will add the parcel numbers and I will add the address numbers in my search so that it will identify the tract on the map. But again, I don't think it's going to work because it's pulling from a different system that is under a cyber attack. but it'll put the parcel numbers on here, and then you just look for that parcel number. But that's not going to work for this one. So let's get the opening bid. So for this parcel, it's 51883. So we go back to the public notices. 1883. So again, the only thing I care about is the opening bid. So this amount due is current through 2021, but you still have 2022, 2023. But it gives you a rough estimate. So here's the opening bid, and I'd like to see the difference. So 17 acres, say undeveloped. And let's do one more. So for the next one, again, I'm going to just copy paste until the sheriff starts giving us spreadsheets that we can download. And I put that in the wrong place, didn't I? Let's go over one column. Tax parcel ID. The situs or the address, 0. It's another 0. Zion Circle. So I'm going to start with the parcel ID first. So that's on the Q Public. So search, real property search, because sometimes the system will correct the parcel for you. And it did. But does it happen all the time? No. So I know this is a residential lot. I know it's in Roswell. So that's something I add to my list because I'm going to exclude, for me, I'm excluding Roswell. And you can say vacant lot or undeveloped lot or undeveloped. Went to the wrong screen. Let's see. So 0.23 acres, which is about 10,000 square feet. So that's not bad. So these are notes that I make for myself because I'm going to rank these based on if it's something I'm interested in or not. It was sold back in 1997 for $24,000. The current value is $101,700. Now let's look up the opening bid. Or actually, let's look at the map. Let's look at the map. So here we will view the map. Give it a chance to load. So here is the parcel. And I'm not giving you any advice, but I strongly suggest that you look to see when it's a lot like this and what is called an interior lot. If you drive by, make sure this street is not a private street and that you can access this parcel. Because if not, if it's a landlocked lot, you have to go through a whole lengthy, expensive process to get access to the property. If you have to go through a neighbor's yard or something or use their driveway and so forth. But again, that's not legal advice. So I would make note of that. So that's where it is. Now let's look up the opening bid. 53421 is the number. And again, the only thing I'm scanning for is amount due. But it is updated through 2022, so you only have one more year you have to pay for if you are the winning bidder. And there you have it. So I did 3 of them, so just try your hand at the rest. And again, I'll use this spreadsheet on my phone when I go to the auction, or if I feel like it, I'll print it and bring a clipboard and a pen so that I can be organized that way. So again, if you go into the auction, look for me, definitely speak. And if you want a copy of this spreadsheet or you want access to this spreadsheet, I'll make it prettier. Definitely comment below, and the links to both of these websites are listed below this video.